Hi everyone and welcome. We are going to get into a little bit of hip mobility, a little bit of hip strengthening today. We did do a happy hips and I've had some requests to stick with a hip theme, so that's what we'll be doing today. As always, make sure you do what works best in your body, taking ego comparison out. And as always, we're going to start with our little meditation, inviting yourself to let go of the day that you've had and be present here in your space. Just tuning into your breath, feeling the rise and fall of your chest, your ribs, and your belly. Your breath is a little staggered. Start to find that equal breath in. A moment to pause and an equal breath out. As you let go of your day, settle into here and now. Letting the back of your throat gently constrict. So you're fogging up a mirror or breathing through a straw. And setting a positive intention. When you're ready, adding movement through your wrists, your shoulders, knees and hips. A big collective breath in as you reach your hands up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands through heart center. And crossing your legs, we're going to lay onto our spines. Just giving your knees a little hug, a gentle rock. Hands on the top of your knees, letting your knees come together and apart. Just noticing if your hips are a little tight. Maybe your knees stay open and you rock gently from side to side. Or you flex your feet, sending the soles of your feet up to the ceiling. Your hands could come on the back of your hamstrings, your calves, or peace fingers to your big toes as you gently rock. Just noticing how your body is feeling today. Inviting a nice little stretch. Letting your shoulders and your spine be nice and heavy. Another breath where you're at. Letting go of your toes, hugging your knees into your body. And now stay hugging your right leg in. Stretch that left leg out just to a hover. And sweep your left leg out to the left, to center, and to the right. You just want to be able to keep equal weight through your hips, waking up your hip flexors. Bringing that left knee into your body, a little hug. Stretch out your right leg, flexing your right foot. Hover that leg off the ground as you add a little sweep. This will just allow your hips to open and close, feeling this into your lower belly, your hip flexors. Breath in both knees to center. A nice little hug. Drop the soles of your feet on your mat, hands out beside you, crossing one ankle over the outside of your front thigh, flexing your foot. And thread your hand between your legs, maybe giving your leg a little hug here. You can also just stay here, pushing your knee away from your body. You can add a little rock if that feels good. Slowly letting that go, uncross your legs, soles of your feet to your mat, cross the outside of your opposite ankle over the front part of your thigh. Again, either pushing that knee away or threading your hands between your legs. The stretch you should feel is around that outside of your hamstring, through your hips, finding stillness or that little rock. Another breath in, slowly letting that go. A nice hug. And rolling onto all fours on your mat, bringing your wrists under your shoulders, knees under hips, and inviting these big barrel circles in through your body, activating from your rib cage, your spine, your hips, and your shoulders, one direction and the other. When you're ready, coming to a neutral spine, come back up on your knees. Beautiful. I'm just going to come to this side so you can see. So you want your knees lined up under your hips. Your hands as though they're in your lower back pockets. Elbows pull together and lift up from your sternum. Keep pulling your elbows together. Keep pushing your hips forward. Option to stay here or reach for one heel and the other. You can also curl your toes, reaching for your heels this way and slowly taking your gaze up. As you push your hips forward, lengthen up through your body. Another breath where you're at. Let go of your feet if they're there. Bring your hands to your lower back pockets. Uncurl your toes. Sit back on your hips. Finding breath. You'll reach your hands to the front of your mat. Finding down dog, pedaling out the back of your legs. Feel all 10 fingers pushing into your mat. Knees can bend here. You can pedal out one hip and the other. Look towards your fingers and slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Bend into your knees, grab your elbows, a little rock. Letting your crown of your head point down to the mat. As you exhale, hollow out your belly, sending your sit bones a little higher and your weight into your toes. If you're rocking, find stillness. Fingertips just to your mat. Sit a little lower into your seat and bring your hands up. You'll be in awkward chair. Send your weight back, line your knees up over your hips. Belly pulls in here. You should feel this strength through your thighs. Another few breaths. You can lift up one toe or one heel. Drop that, lifting up the other. Or staying where you are. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Fold forward. Letting your head rock. Bend into your knees. Root to rise, hands up over your head. Exhale, hands through heart. Finding mountain pose, Tadasana. Taking as long as you need to let your breath settle. When you're ready, movement in through your fingers, your toes. You're gonna come to eagle. So you just want to bring your feet together, reach your hands up, sit a little lower, bend your knees, stay rooted down through your left leg, reach that right leg up and over. Maybe you interlock that right foot on the back of your calf. Hands open, your right hand under your left, twist high your hands. Sitting low, letting your arms open. Uncross that leg, add a little hug, and dropping that foot to your mat. Letting your hips gently rock, finding stillness. Adding movement through your wrists. Beautiful. Again, taking your hands up, sitting low into your hips. Start to lift up that left leg. Cross your left leg over your right. Hands pull out. You want to keep this left hip pulling back. Your left hand under your right. Grab shoulders or twist tie your hands. Squeeze your thighs together. Letting your arms open. Uncross your legs. Give yourself a little hug. And as you let go, just pedal out your legs. Stepping to the ends of your mat, hands to heart, sit down, maybe coming a little lower. Good, and you're just going to bring your right hand under your shoulders and push your thighs open here, gazing over that middle finger. Hands through heart, sitting a little taller. Beautiful, letting your hands come to your mat. You're going to shift your weight into your right leg and then your left. Maybe you take that right hand over the back of your knee, reaching your left hand behind you. If your hands can interlock, you can do that, or you can just bring your hand to the top of your knee. Letting that go, bring both hands just back to your mat. Keep your left hand where it is. You'll shift your weight into that left leg a little more. Reach your right hand up and over. Take the outside of your tricep of your left hand and just open up here a little more. Letting that go. Bring both your hands to your mat. Drop your knees to your mat. Keeping your legs together. Settle your forehead down on your mat, on a block or fists. Inviting your hands under your shoulders. Pushing up here. Curl over your toes. Lift up your hips. Walk your feet back, finding down dog. Inhale your right leg high. Bend into your right knee. Just let that right leg reach towards the left. Beautiful. Stretch that right leg up. Frame your hips. Coming to pigeon. Pull that right knee forward. All the way to your right wrist. And lengthen that left leg out. Staying here in proud pigeon. Or hinging from your hips. Dropping to your forearms and eventually letting your head settle on your mat. Shifting weight left and right. Taking another few breaths here. Inviting a nice rock through your head. Slowly push into your hands. Curl over the back of your left toes. Lift up that left knee. Push back into down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Bend into your left knee and open that left hip on top of your right. You'll feel the opening through your right or through your left rib cage. Beautiful. Come back up. Stretch that left leg up. Exhale. Pull that leg through to your left wrist. Finding pigeon. You can place a pillow under your left hip. You can stay in proud pigeon or start to hinge forward. Allowing your body to soften, tuning into breath. Slowly coming up. Beautiful. And this time you're going to sit into that left hip. Helpful hands bring that right leg forward. Soles of your feet together, knees apart. Letting your hands slide down your thighs and hinging from your hips. Breath in, come back up. Close up your knees, roll onto your spine. Knees into your chest. Let your knees roll to the right. Gaze left. Bring your gaze and your knees to center. Exhale your knees over to the left. Gaze right. Bringing your gaze to center, knees to center. A little hug. And when you're ready, finding your Savasana, letting yourself soften onto your mat, absorbing your practice, allowing yourself to stay present where you are. You can stay here as long as you would like. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, wrists and ankles. Inviting yourself to stretch your hands up over your head, pushing out, getting length. If it feels good, bending into your knees, giving yourself a little hug, a gentle rock. Rolling onto the right side of your mat, finding a fetal position. Inviting your eyes to stay closed, and inviting yourself to whatever final seated posture works for you. Thank you so much for joining me and us in this class and practice today. Namaste.